3, 2, and 1. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Vicky, and today we're going to be going through my 2024 books. I promise this is the last 2024 video that we're going to do, but I really wanted to go over my top rated and lowest rated books of last year. So this is my Kindle. This is what I primarily read on. I literally only have one physical copy book out of all the books that I'm going to mention today, but this is her. We love her. She is the greatest purchase of 2024. The case that I have is from Etsy, so I can link that down below in case you are also a Kindle user. But we're just gonna get right on into it. I'm gonna start off with my lowest rated because I only have 2 books, and then we'll end on a high note with my number 1 book of the year. So my first lowest rated book of 2024 was The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. I definitely fell for the TikTok hype with this one. Everyone was just talking about it, and the cover is just the cutest book cover I have ever seen. It gives off all the fall vibes, and because of that I had really high hopes for this book, but unfortunately it was just not that good. But the book is about Jeannie, who inherits her aunt's pumpkin spice cafe. She meets Logan, who is the local farmer. So while Jeannie is all sunshine and rainbows, Logan is a lot more reserved. And throughout the book, she just kind of starts to break down Logan's tough exterior. It sounds like it would be a great book. The plot was just super bland for me, too much spice for me personally. It had a lot of potential, but it just didn't land for me. So the next book is my physical copy book, and that is Where She Went by Kelly Simmons. That's how I feel about it. So Maggie's daughter, Emma, goes missing, and of course, as a mother, she's desperate to find her. She's looking all over Emma's college campus, looking for clues to find out where she is. And Maggie starts uncovering secrets about her daughter's life that she had no idea about. And this book is a dual point of view between Emma and Maggie, and it kind of goes back and forth between like the past a little bit and the present. This book had a lot of potential, but again, this one just fell flat. It was the ending. The ending was not good. It was just the most anticlimactic ending you could ever get in a book. I was very disappointed because it had so much potential to be so good, but it just was not. I forgot to mention that I did read 14 books last year. So out of 14 books, those are my 2 lowest rated, and then I think I have 5 that are my top rated. So for my top rated books, we're going to start off with Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. It's about Brianna, who is a doctor who's trying to pick up the pieces of her life after her divorce. And then we have Jacob, who's a new doctor at her hospital, who starts sending her letters basically to just get to know her better. And as they exchange these notes, a really special connection begins to form between them. It is a series, I believe. I think it's the second book out of 3. However, the book totally made sense to me, so I don't think you have to read them in order, but I do plan on reading the other 2 books just because I really enjoyed this one, so I'm sure I'm going to enjoy the other books in this series. So this is my first real book video, and I completely forgot to mention the genres of these books. The Pumpkin Spice Cafe is romance. Where She Went, this is a mystery book, and then Yours Truly is also a romance book. So sorry, I suck at this. This is my first book video, so bear with me. Up next, we have No Exit by Taylor Adams, which is a mystery thriller kind of book, and I ate this book up. Darby is a Colorado college student who is driving home to Utah because her mother is sick, and while she's making her way through the snowy mountains, she gets caught in a blizzard, so she has to pull over at a rest area and just kind of wait it out. She meets a few other strangers at at this rest stop who were also there because of the blizzard. But then things take a dark turn whenever she notices that there's a little girl stuck inside of a van that's parked outside. And at first she doesn't know whose van that belongs to out of all the people that she met inside the rest area. And basically this whole book is about her being determined to rescue this little girl. It was such a good book. It literally felt like I was watching a movie, and after doing some research I found out it actually is a movie on Hulu. I haven't seen it because I don't have Hulu, but I did hear that the movie is not as good as the book, and after having read the book and then seeing like clips of the movie, it's not what I had envisioned in my head, and what I had envisioned in my head feels like it's better than the movie. If you like thriller movies, then you should definitely read this book. It was a fast read, it was hard to put down, and it was just amazing. It was amazing. Up next we have The City Baker's Guide to Country Living by Lewis Miller. This was the first book that I read on my Kindle. It's a romance book, and again, I ate this book up. It was so cute. If you like Gilmore Girls, this definitely gives me like Suki vibes, obviously because it's about a baker. Our main character is Olivia, but she is a pastry chef from Boston, and she faces a little bit of a disaster with one of her desserts one day that leaves her feeling very overwhelmed. She decides to escape her life. She goes to a small town in Vermont where her best friend lives, and what starts as a quick just little getaway turns into her staying longer term because she ends up getting a job at this cozy little inn as their pastry chef. And as Olivia starts to settle in, she really starts to connect with the town and its residents, and that's when she meets Martin. The two of them start to bond, and Olivia finds herself getting closer to him, and she discovers a new sense of belonging within the community. It's a very cute, very sweet book. I absolutely loved the ending. The next one is Before We Were Yours by Lisa Wingate, and this one is a historical fiction. It has two timelines. One is set in 1939 and the other one is more present day. So back in 1939, Rill Foss and her siblings were forced into the Tennessee, Children's Home Society orphanage. And at the hands of the facility's very cruel director, Rill does everything she possibly can to keep her and her siblings safe. And then fast forward to the present, we meet Avery Stafford, who begins to dig into her family's history and secrets and finds out that she has a connection to Rill Foss. The story is based on a real life scandal where the director of an adoption agency would steal and sell poor children to wealthy families. This book just tore my heart out. Whenever I finished reading it, I just wanted to hug my sister because it really emphasizes like a strong bond between siblings, and I am not a hugger, but I wanted to hug my sister and tell her that I loved her. I'm also not a crier, but I did almost shed a tear with this book because it's an emotional read. I would say that this book, along with my next one, are my two number one reads for 2024, two completely different genres. But Before We Were Yours is a really, really good historical fiction. If you have siblings and you love your siblings, this book is so good. Like I said, it is emotional, it is heartbreaking, but it is such a good book and very eye-opening. So my final top rated book for 2024, my number one, is The Butcher by Jennifer Hilliard. This book is absolutely unhinged. It is a mystery thriller, psychological thriller. It is wild. It is gory. If you do not like gory things, if you cannot handle that, do not read it. So back in 1985, Police Chief Edward Shank finally takes down a serial killer known as the Butcher. Because of that, he becomes like the town hero and he gains a lot of respect from everyone. And then fast forward to the present, he is retired. He has a grandson named Matt, and his grandson Matt has a girlfriend named Sam. Sam has this very nagging feeling that the Butcher is still out there, he's still alive, and back in in 1985, she believes that they actually got the wrong guy. The ending of this book is glorious. Like I said, it is unhinged, it is a little gory, but if you like mystery thriller books, you are going to really enjoy this one. I cannot wait to read more Jennifer Hilliard books. This is the first one that I've read from her, so I'm really looking forward to reading more of her books because this one was amazing. It was so good. So with that completes my top rated and lowest rated books of 2024. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna link all these books down below in case you guys are interested. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. All the links to my social media will be linked down below in the description box, and I will see you guys in my next video.